Greetings, good people. It's Hot Topics time. All right, it's Saturday, October 7th, the year's 2023. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's weekend is going great. I wanted to slide through, talk about some of these hot topics. All right, Tia Mowry, okay, one of the Mowry twins. Y'all done pissed her off, okay? And she is checking some of you people who are telling her what to do as it pertains to her personal life regarding her now ex-husband. So I want to talk about that. There has been a update with the Kenneka Jenkins case. Ooh, when I tell you that this whole case is bringing back so many uncomfortable memories, all right? So her mom actually sued the hotel, so there is an update regarding that. Ciara, she's doing interviews and still talking about Future. Also, I got Kevin Costner on the lineup because his ex-wife is airing him out. All right. So before we get to some of those juicier hot topics, let's talk about Kenneka Jenkins. Now, do you guys remember this was back in 2017? Okay. You remember this whole situation where this young lady, she went to a hotel. She's from Chicago, but this incident happened in Rosemont, Illinois. Anyway, she went to a hotel party with some of her friends and she ended up in a cooler, a walk-in freezer, whatever it is that they're calling it these days, and she didn't make it out alive, okay? There were so many conspiracy theories, people were investigating. When I tell you that this whole case was just such a intense situation, I don't even want to revisit this, but there has been an update. So this is according to the Neighborhood Talk. They're reporting that according to AP News, Teresa Martin, who is Kenneka Jenkins's mom, she reached a settlement in August. Cook County court records show, but it has not been entered on the court docket because attorneys for Teresa, who is Kenneka Jenkins' mom, have asked that the terms be sealed from the public. Teresa's attorneys, they argued that the family's safety and privacy trumped any reason to require that the records be publicly filed. All right. Now, you guys remember, like I said, you remember this whole situation. If not, I'm sure you heard of it. If not, just Google it. Just Google Kenneka Jenkins. I can't even go down this road again. I remember there were so many people on YouTube, especially, doing videos, getting footage of when she was wandering around the hotel alone, seemingly drunk. There were so many different things. When I tell you that this like sucked up some of our energies, it was just too much. It was a tragic story. It was sad. It was a lot. So the lawsuit was filed in December of 2018 against Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont, its security company, and a restaurant that rented the walk-in freezer in which Jenkins was found in. Okay, it alleged that the defendants were negligent because they didn't secure the freezer or conduct a proper search following Jenkins's disappearance. The suit initially sought more than $50 million in damages. So they're sealing the amount of money that the mom received as far as the settlement. And you know what? I don't blame her legal representation. I don't blame her either, because if it becomes public how much money she makes, then people are probably going to be after her. It's just a mess. This whole situation, I got to get off. This bringing back so many bad memories. One of the guys, he was a YouTuber and he was investigating this situation back in 2017. He ain't here no more, if you know what I mean. That is crazy. Absolutely, positively crazy. All right. Let's see who is up next on the docket, y'all. That was a time, wasn't it? And not in a good way. Oh my God. That's why when situations happen similar to that, I don't even want to read about it. That Kenneka Jenkins thing still disturbs me till this day. Dear God. All right, up next, Kevin Costner, right? The famous actor. Well, his wife is airing him out, y'all. This is a hot mess, and this is so petty. And sister girl needs to get, well, she ain't a sister, but homegirl needs to get herself together. Okay, so this is according to Radar Online. She's going around telling everybody that Kevin Costner was a lousy lover. Like, girl, you have children that are like 13, 15, and 16. They're going to see this in the press. Anyway, so let's dig into this article, okay? Sources claim that the sad sack revelations are bound to infuriate the actor, who is 68 years old, who was once known as a womanizer and has fathered 7 children. Christine is reaping sweet revenge by trashing Kevin to anyone who will listen, saying he's a selfish lover who never satisfied her. This is what an insider told the National Enquirer. Now, we know, for those of us that know, the National Enquirer is not really a reputable source, okay? But Radar Online is reporting it, so who knows if this is even true or not, all right? It's amusing to people because Kevin has always prided himself on his reputation as a Don Juan, all right? But Christine, that's the ex-wife's name, totally blowing that image. But Christine is totally blowing that image. She's on a mission to make him the laughing stock of Hollywood. Now, why would anybody care? Doesn't she just look like a scorned, like, ex-wife? She's basically doing this because when they got divorced, she didn't get what she wanted, okay? They met when she was 18 years old when she met him, and he was like 36, 37 or something like that. I think he was in a relationship with somebody else. I don't know if he was married before that. And then when that broke off, he married Christine, okay? Now, even in their early days, Christine hinted that Kevin's bedroom skills weren't much to crow about. My God, ma'am. You have young children that can go on the internet and see these rumors, right? Anyway, as Radar Online reported, the woman, 49, filed for divorce, Christine, the ex-wife, in May. The bitter exes settled their battle before the case went to trial, okay? With a judge enforcing a paltry prenup, which is like a flimsy, prenup, like kind of like a here, just take this and deal with it. Beating back her demands. She wanted $130,000 a month in support for their teenage kids, 16, 14, and 13 years old. All right. But the judge said, no, what we're going to do is we're going to give you $63,000 a month. All right. And she signed a prenup. It was an ironclad prenuptial agreement. She signed it. She didn't sign it under duress. She understood the terms and conditions. And that is what the judge pretty much honored. Okay. Now, she wanted to contest the prenup. This is what's being reported. But her lawyer told her, if you contest that prenup, not only are you going to have to give back the $1.5 million that Kevin Costner paid you when y'all split up, okay, you also are going to have to pay his legal bills. Right? So she's feeling that she got short-ended, in this whole situation. And her lawyers told her absolutely right. Because if you think that you are going to stand up to his lawyers, girl, take your $63,000 a month plus your $1.5 million payout and get along. I don't think that she's smart anyway. You stupid, because you mean to tell me you were married to this man for like 20 something years and you didn't put a little money to the side for yourself or invest in anything where you could get a major return on your investment? $1.5 million is more than enough money for you to buy a nice size house and have money left over for your 3 kids. I'm pretty sure Kevin Costner is probably still going to be supporting them kids outside of the $63,000 that you're going to be getting every month. See, y'all don't know how to, some of these women don't know how to flip it and reverse it. Y'all don't know how to multiply any money that's given to you. Some of y'all just know how to spend, take. Yo, you stupid. You a fool. Anyway, moving along. Ciara, okay, and her 1-2 step. Ciara was on a podcast recently and she was asked specifically about when did she know it was time to move on from her previous relationship with Future. You guys know that she's married to Russell Wilson and it seems like they're living happily ever after. So it seems. We don't know. I wish them nothing but the best, though. So this is what Ciara had to say regarding knowing when it's time to move on. All right. Let me make sure I cue this up. Like to hear it. Here you go.
Oh my goodness. When you know you're supposed to make a super defined decision in your life, you know it from like the head to your feet, from your feet to your head, and your soul and your body. You know it. And it's almost like your taste buds change, right? You have a taste bud for a certain kind of thing and then the taste buds just go. You got to sometimes also look in the mirror and reflect on yourself too, right? Like, okay, what are things that I could be doing differently in my life, or what's a part of what I'm looking for a change, but what does that mean? So you have to kind of define everything about making changes in your life that are very critical. And I've talked about it before, obviously when you have a child, it's very important to me. Like now it's no time to play around. Like the whole like experimentation kind of phase is out the door. It's like I am now responsible for another life. right? So what am I doing? Like, how am I around the time?
All right, Ciara. Girl, first of all, the code switching is is wild. Here's my question. That's all cute and everything, but here's my question. Ciara, right? Let me make a statement first. Ciara has been in the game. When did Ciara start one two stepping? Like 2002, 2003, maybe 4? When she started one, I know I was in college when she was one two stepping. Ciara has been in the game for like 20 something, almost 20 years, if not more than 20 years. You mean to tell me that you haven't garnered enough celebrity um to be able to pick and choose the questions that you are or are not asked? I'm tired of hearing her talk about her relationship with Future. And although what she said was cute, I get all of that. I think that your celebrity status is high enough to be able to say, "Hey, listen, no questions about Future. We're not doing that." She did an interview prior to this, or I don't know if it was before or after this. Anyway, she did an interview with the lady by the name of Angie, who is the creator of the Shade Room. I don't know if she owns it outright 100% now. I think she's part owner. Anyway, the Shade Room is her business, nonetheless, and she's doing more interviews now, right? And she sat down with an interview with Ciara, and Ciara was asked about Future, and she just laughed. She was asked something about Future. I didn't watch it. I just saw the clip, and she was just laughing. Like I said, like you can't tell these people, don't ask me anything about my ex. I want to talk about my husband, and I want to talk about how we're growing our family, building our brand, building our business, how we cope being parents and working parents, etc. I why? Like what is the purpose of her even answering any question about Future? I mean, their relationship was already public enough. You know what? I remember Jenny McCarthy. Y'all remember when Jenny McCarthy had that nighttime talk show? And I remember when she first started dating Future, and she was so smitten over him. I don't know. It just seemed weird because he didn't, everybody's personality is different, but he didn't reciprocate that same twinkle in the eye as it pertained to Ciara, like in public interviews whenever he was asked. But she was just so smitten and childlike. I remember that was many, many years ago. They probably have the clip on YouTube somewhere, child. Anywho, without further ado, let's get to my girl Tia Mowry. Okay, Tia Mowry is tired of y'all. She was recently on a podcast, an interview, and she was asked about dating. How is dating going? You guys know that she is divorced. She divorced her now ex-husband Corey. They were together for 20 something odd years. They have 2 children together. And Tia said basically it was time to get on up out of there for whatever reason. It's her business, her choice. If she feels that, like she said, something is not serving her any longer, then she has the right to make that decision to leave that situation. Okay. Hopefully they are co-parenting and everything is all good between them for the sake of the children. Anyway, she is dating, and she talked about how difficult it is dating. Mind you, she's been with her now ex-husband for a long time. So things have changed. What's acceptable now, it wasn't necessarily acceptable back then. And she was talking about that. She talked about how a lot of guys are not really interested in courting a woman. A lot of men think that they are the prize. They want things fast and quick. That's how society pretty much is these days. In some instances, for some people, instant gratification is at the forefront of every and anything that most people do. Okay. They want it quick. They want it fast. They don't care about quality anymore. It's all about what I want. Oh, I don't want that anymore. All right, I'm moving on. Well, a lot of people had some criticism for her. They were telling her things like, girl, it is ghetto out here. You wanted to divorce that husband and be in the streets. Go back to your man. You might as well get back with your ex-husband. Ain't nothing out here. Y'all need to go to counseling and make it right. People want to leave at the first sign of trouble. She was with this man for 20 something years. I think that Tia is mature and smart enough to know when it's time to part from a situation. I think she's more than capable of making a decision for herself, right? So she got tired of all of this. She was going off on people on Twitter, and she was responding to a lot of people, which made me kind of say, girl, why are you even responding to these people? I'm talking about getting in the comments and responding to people who were tagging her or adding her on Twitter. Anyway, so she took to her Instagram page not too long ago, and she posted this picture. She looks absolutely beautiful, and her caption reads, "A word from me," and me is in caps, "since narratives are being made without my consent. Hear it here and only here. Just because the dating life is complicated doesn't mean that I'm going to go back to something that no longer served me. That's like implementing if I don't book an audition or a part as an actor right away, I'm going to give up on my dreams. Please just stop. I ain't that weak." Oh, she calls some of y'all weak. "Please move on because I have. Thank you. Next." I hope that's the last time that she addresses this situation. Girl, don't let these people on social media get you riled up, and you shouldn't even take seriously most of the stuff that people on social media type. Okay? It's to me, like reading some of the comments on Twitter especially, and reading some of the comments here on Instagram, it's total proof that there are some people that are just willing to accept anything because they don't want to be alone. So they're that desperate that they just settle for anything. And that's their choice. To me, it's sad. Well, as far as me and myself, that's sad. I'm not interested in that at all. But everybody has the right to do what they want, right? And another thing is, obviously, like I said before, she's capable of making a decision for herself. Obviously, there had to be something that was not serving her, like she said, or something that she was no longer tolerating, not happy with. She realized it didn't work for her to split. Okay? I don't know why people don't understand that. And for the people that are telling her to get back with her husband, why are you advising her to go back into something that she has come to the realization that no longer works for her? All right. And yes, dating definitely has changed. She met him many, many moons ago, and dating has changed. So, and it's hard. I'm pretty sure it is hard for her, like she expressed in the interview on the podcast, because I'm pretty sure when she married her husband, she did not expect to divorce him and then be back in the dating game. So yes, it's going to be an adjustment. She wasn't complaining, you know. She just said things like, back in the day when she was dating Corey, it was beautiful, it was amazing, wonderful. Men now are just looking at women as objects. And she's not lying. I mean, that could have been the case back then. And maybe Corey just didn't make her feel that way, but this is something that's just evolved pretty much. But seeing people get back with Corey, girl, you wanted to be for the streets so bad. You wanted to divorce that man and be in the streets. Some of y'all, child, some of y'all will settle down with a broomstick that'll talk to you if it meant that you just say, well, a piece of man is better than no man at all. Some people subscribe to that and some people don't. But hey, at the end of the day, Tia knows what's best for her and her children, and she's doing what works for her and her family. So God bless her. God bless her. All right, y'all, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. Please, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. That is considered your admission fee. I greatly appreciate it. All right, y'all, I'm signing off, and I'll talk to you later.